Alright guys, here with phase 2 for the services in the living room with all this COVID-19 and stuff. I ain't gonna keep church from happening.
Yeah, ain't gonna keep church.
What it is gonna do is give me a kickstart because I haven't owned up to my responsibility of bringing my family up in church and in a godly way. So we're gonna get in with this along with all the live streaming of the churches, church drive-ins, all that good stuff where God's making us think outside the box and getting us on the move because we've been complacent. We're a complacent church and that makes for a lot of weak hearts. Alright, a long time ago, you guys got in a lot of trouble and your mama wanted me to go over the Ten Commandments with y'all. And I was thinking about that, and I said, you know what, that'd probably be a pretty good thing to do. Because I've used this argument with people before. It's like, yeah, let's just pretend for a second there's not a God, okay? There is. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But just say there's not. Read the Ten Commandments and follow it, and you tell me you don't end up with paradise on earth, okay? It's just that we got all these excuses so we don't have to follow God, okay? Because we want to do our own thing. And that, to a degree, is a violation of one of these commandments at least, which is idol worship, or you worshiping yourself, money, or whatever, okay? I'm going to go over the list that most of you guys see. It says, you shall have no other gods before me. You shall make no idols. You shall not take the name of the Lord God in vain. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not covet. Okay, most of us know that stuff. I'm going to read this directly out of the Bible, the New International Version. I used to have a Bible, King James, New King James. I kind of like the way it said one of these that I'm going to hit on better, but anyway, we go, let me get into this. Alright, real quick, on my last deal, somebody made a remark to me that, oh, you look kind of like Jesus in there, except your hair was tied back. Well, no, my hair was wet. It was raining outside and stuff, and it was just combed back. I don't have a clue what Jesus looks like, but if you want to see my hair, is that better? All right. I got hair.
Yeah.
And it's not all a comb over. Anyway, I think I lost my place. Ten Commandments starting at Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. Is where it's starting, and I think it ends up at 17. I'm not sure. Yeah. So I'm just going to read through. I'm the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. Slavery, we're all victims of slavery to sin, peer pressure, whatever the case may be. You shall have no other gods before me. I've already touched on that a little bit. Some of us think of ourselves as a god. You shall not make for yourselves an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them, worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. You're showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. For the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. Don't use the Lord's name in vain. We'll cover that a lot more than cussing there. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but on the seventh day, the Sabbath, the Lord. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor female servants, your animals, or any foreigner residing in your towns. For the sixth day the Lord made the heaven. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. But he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord God is giving you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. You shall nor his male or female servant, his ox, donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. All right. Now, real quick, before I get too far into this, last time as I went through, I really wasn't intending on getting a YouTube channel, but David wanted to send some of this to his friends, and that was the only way I could get it because Facebook was messing up at the time. I brushed through a lot of this stuff. I don't finish a lot of my stories, or I don't get into them deep or anything like that. And a good instance is, and I wanted to bring this to attention, is that when I was talking about when my dad was dying, and God was talking to me about, how he was concerned and how he gave everybody a way out. In that, what I failed to mention was he actually took the time to explain to me that he told me that my dad was a natural hustler. He hustled people, and if he was just to heal him straight away of the things that he had, that he would just have it in his mind that he had hustled God himself and there'd be no Savior. And he told me, and I quote, "It's going to take the finality of death to save you." So, you guys whining about bad things happening, sometimes these bad things are of God, sometimes they actually, are necessary. And a lot of them that aren't of God, God can turn it around to something good, even though you may not see what it is. All right? Now, I wanted to get into this because I know I've had it in my life with a lot of alcoholics, a lot of drug addicts, and things like this. And this is something I talked to you guys about when y'all were young, about the commandment where it says God is a jealous God, punishing the children of the sin of their parents to the third and fourth generation. I think the version I read to you guys was visiting the iniquities of the sins, or something of that value, because I had a lot of different versions that I always read, and I really like that because this is what I honed in on you guys. It said visiting, okay? A visitor comes and knocks at your door, okay? You can let them in or you can not let them in. That's up to you. Now sometimes you can let a bad visitor in, how you have them leave. Sometimes it's not easy to get somebody to leave an unwelcome guest, all right? Sometimes you got to take measures. You guys have already seen me do that firsthand, okay? I hadn't been at Monrius yet, but it hadn't taken that yet. But, so, I read somewhere where a second generation alcoholic, it's more difficult for them to give up alcohol than it is their parents. And that a third generation alcoholic, it was just, in the mind's eye, virtually impossible because it was completely ingrained in them. So when you're talking about third and fourth generations, these guys have got to give it up. I read a thing on Facebook a little while back where someone I knew whose parent was a second generation alcoholic and a first generation